According to Newton's third law of motion, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. However, have you ever thought about applying this to our personal lives? Is it possible that our actions, as a society, have been negatively affecting the future generations? Is our enormous amount of man-made greenhouse gases negatively affecting the future people who live on this earth? These are questions that people are beginning to ask, and we should do the same. Do we need to change our current way of life? As adults, it might be difficult to change our routine because we are already used to the one we're stuck in. However, as young adults, we have the ability to get used to a routine that does not harm the environment, and we can carry this out into our adult life. So as students at Bowling Green State University, I believe it's imperative to ask, do we need to change our current way of life into one that's more sustainable? And if so, how do we do it? Well, first, let's look at what sustainability is and why it's relevant. According to Bowling Green State University's Campus of Sustainability, sustainability is defined as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. And it's worthwhile to note that sustainability does not just mean recycling or using reusable shopping bags. It's much more than that. It's acknowledging our limitations as a society and acting within those limitations so as to avoid harming the environment. It means reducing our consumption, reworking our economic system, and giving back to the environment to reduce our carbon footprint. And this idea is crucial to preserving the earth for future generations. And currently, our way of life is wasteful in regards to trash, energy, and resources. Now I know this might sound gloomy and depressing, but it's not too late. We still have time to act, time to do something about our current problems. Universities are paving the way for the environmental movement nationwide, and BGSU should join the same movement. Let's look at some problems America is facing, and why, as students at Bowling Green State University, we should do our part to reduce our waste. So like I said, we are wasteful in regards to trash. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, the average American produces 4.6 pounds of waste per day. That means in America, we produce 1 billion pounds of waste per day. So what do we consume so much of? At Bowling Green State University, from 2 days, a Sunday and a Monday, we created 17 bags of trash at Olds Camp Hall. We performed a trash audit and found out that there was 33 glass bottles, 132 aluminum cans, 170 plastic bottles, 1 bag of newspaper, 1 bag of mixed office paper, and 1 bag of cardboard. Also, there's an assortment of reusable items such as an iPod charger, a MacBook charger, and a MacBook rechargeable battery. We took that 17 bags of trash, and after sorting out the recyclables and reusable items, we ended with 4 bags of trash. And 2 of those bags were full of 363 disposable cups, mostly from Starbucks. So you can see how, even just from 2 days at Bowling Green State University, we contributed to the amount of trash in America, and that's only within one hall. So this is only a small portion of America's overconsumption. And another issue is the energy sector. Electricity is a necessity for day-to-day life in America. We use it for lighting, to move machines, to cook, and to even power the video camera that is recording me right now. And energy is not an inherently bad thing. However, according to the Boston Globe, with less than 5% of the world's population, America uses 25% of the world's energy. We consume so much energy that we have managed to transform energy into a problem. And the sources of this energy is a whole other issue. Many times, non-renewable resources are used to create this energy, and this cannot continue on forever. We consume enormous amounts of natural resources. According to ABC News, 5 planets worth of resources would be necessary to enable the rest of the world to consume at the rate Americans do. So what do we consume so much of? According to National Geographic, I will have used 1.8 million gallons of water over my lifetime. That's enough to fill 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And according to Environmental News Science, the United States is responsible for 45% of the world's automotive carbon dioxide source. We consume natural resources at an alarming rates, and it's impossible to continue this because the world's resources are not infinite. So can we reduce our waste on campus? Is it possible to provide clean energy for the university? And can we reduce our consumption of natural resources? The answer is yes. BGSU has seen the need for change, and the Campus of Sustainability is offering multiple sustainable practices campus-wide. To combat the trash issue, there's green tailgating. Green tailgating sets up recycling centers in the tailgating sections at every home football game, and this encourages tailgaters to recycle. According to BGSU Sustainability, in 2011, an average of 1.5 tons of recycled material was collected at each game, and this reduced our amount of trash. And also, we discovered a way to reduce our energy consumption. Changing CFL bulbs are useful, but it's not enough to completely fix our energy problem. We need to reduce our use of energy consumption, and a group on campus called Friday Night Lights, FNL, does just this. FNL is a group of students who meet every Friday to turn off the lights in the academic buildings. FNL saved $25,000 in the 2010-2011 academic school year. This reduced our energy consumption, but we also need to find a way to reduce our consumption of natural resources. Buying goods secondhand saves money, it prevents that used item from going into the landfill, and preserves natural resources from being used to make new items. And that's the idea behind the Restore. The Restore is a place where you can swap and donate used items without the need of money to conserve natural resources. So we've reduced our consumption of natural resources, but is this enough? Even with all the current ways Bowling Green State University has been attempting to reduce our carbon footprint, it's not enough. So what more can we do? The answer is to get excited. Get excited about environmental movements. Support them, volunteer, help out. Be creative, find new ways to be sustainable. Start glass recycling in your residence hall, or create a sustainability committee just like Offenhauer did this year. But if none of this appeals to you, I have an even better solution. There's a group called the American Colleges and Universities President's Climate Commitment, the ACU P.C.C. They work with the university presidents to get them to sign this document called the P.C.C., which begins the movement towards carbon neutrality for the university. Now it's important to note that the P.C.C. is an open-ended contract. The level of involvement the university has with the P.C.C. is up for the university to decide. But let's take a look at what the P.C.C. requires the university to do. The first thing is the university must create a committee. This committee has representatives from all aspects of the university, including the student body. This committee is responsible for overseeing a series of steps. The first step is to create a greenhouse gas emissions inventory, and this is to identify the most wasteful aspect of the university, whether it be in regards to trash, energy consumption, or food waste, etc. The second part is to create an action plan. Within the action plan, you have 2 years to decide a target date to be carbon neutral, and milestones along the way to reduce the waste you identified in the greenhouse gas emissions inventory. So you can do this by starting up composting or renewable energy, etc. The third part is to integrate sustainability into the curriculum. And remember, this is up to the committee to decide how to make sustainability a part of the educational experience for the students at the university. So this could be incorporating environmental ideas into the already existing classes. And the final part is to make the greenhouse gas emissions inventory, the action plan, and all progress reports made publicly available so that we students know what's going on at the university. So far, 672 universities have signed the P.C.C. That's 1/3 of the American College and University student body. 1,300 greenhouse gas emissions inventories have been submitted, and 400 action plans have been submitted. So it's obvious to see how universities are doing their part in the sustainability movement, and it's our time to do so too. So how effective is the P.C.C.? According to an ACU P.C.C. employee, Juliana Goodlaw-Morris, said that she's seen great success with many universities. Ohio University, who signed the P.C.C., has done an indoor composting program that dramatically reduces their food waste. And if other universities have been successful with the P.C.C., so can we. Just take a look at what Bowling Green has done without the P.C.C. Juliana Goodlaw-Morris said we do more sustainable practices than most other universities before signing the P.C.C. Signing this would just spread sustainability across the campus. So what more do we have to lose? Toledo signed the P.C.C., and we can't let them beat us. We need to sign it as well. So students at Bowling Green State University, I ask you to contact me to sign our petition that urges BGSU President Mazie to sign the P.C.C. Our goal is 2,000 signatures, which is 10% of the student body. So help out, sign our petition, which we'll be presenting to President Mazie to show her that we want her to sign the P.C.C. So we need to show her that we encourage sustainable practices at Bowling Green. Make it known that we support this revolution and that we want to be a part of it. Make it known that BGSU supports her and her decisions. And make it known that we are excited.